Hugh Grant views steamy and intimate parts in the script as a mix between sentimentality and yuck. At the same time, they can be quite a turn-on for him too. Because, quote, "I like the experience of being in a sexual position when you're not supposed to be in one." Oh, wow. Of course, here, Hugh Grant is talking about working on sex scenes while on set, and not about his personal experience. But we must admit that Grant, apart from being our favorite rom-com leading man, has had a very varied and sometimes confusing love life. Which includes, but is probably not limited to, secret babies, overlapping pregnancies of his lady friends, and that one world-shattering sex scandal that was literally a position Grant wasn't supposed to be in. That said, this self-described grumpy Londoner is also a famous charmer who manages to stay great friends with his exes. The 59-year-old is a doting dad of 5 who, to his own surprise, has found out he's capable of loving someone more than himself. Which, as Grant himself puts it, is unheard of.
There's just suddenly all this love around, and for a repressed Englishman, it helps you access your emotions better.
Here, take a moment to press the subscribe button to always be in the know about all the things showbiz. And now, let's try and crack Hugh Grant's complicated love and family timeline. Fun fact, Grant got his first acting job while he was still a student. But he wasn't interested in seeing his name in the credits. He agreed to participate in the project because he hoped to sleep with one of his co-stars. The actor did not give any further details, but this little story proves that Grant has always been a ladies' man, and quite often a heartbreaker. It was with Hugh Grant that actress, model, and businesswoman Elizabeth Hurley learned that great love can bring great pain. "I felt like I'd been shot," Hurley said in a 1995 interview, when the hurt from Grant's betrayal was still oh so fresh. By that time, the couple had been together for 8 years, and their relationship seemed picture perfect. So why was Grant caught in a compromising position with a sex worker in his car while in the Hollywood neighborhood?
I think it was regrettable.
The actor apologized profusely to the public, and no doubt to Hurley herself, for embarrassing his loved ones and colleagues. He received a misdemeanor charge, paid a fine, and did not get booted out by Hurley. Their relationship would continue for another 5 years. Eventually, Grant's less than sunny disposition was the reason behind his split from Hurley. According to Elizabeth Hurley, that is.
Well, he remains my best friend to this day, but I'd say this if he was sitting here, he used to really annoy me.
After all, it's a well-known fact that Grant is quite notorious for his intense mood swings.
Yeah, well, sometimes hate comes over as love.
From Grant's perspective, however, they broke up because, quote, "the sex part probably fizzled out." But Hurley wouldn't say so. Years after their split, she claimed that Grant had always been a 10 in the sack. Maybe the two will discuss the matter in person, since they managed to turn their romance into friendship. In 2018, Grant mused that their bond is unbreakable, since they went from zero to somewhere together, got through times when they were jobless, and lived together in a tiny flat. Grant is the godfather of Hurley's son Damien, so that's quite telling. Despite his shortcomings, it's easy to see why Grant is so lovable. Take the recently held BAFTA awards ceremony, for you see, it's the law. When you meet your Bridget Jones's Diary co-star, you give her a Bridget Jones-themed shout-out. So of course, after Renee Zellweger accepted her BAFTA award for Best Actress, Grant did not miss the opportunity to congratulate her. He added some extra sweetness by slipping into the character of Daniel Cleaver, Zellweger's love interest in the beloved romantic comedy. As he took the stage to present an award in a different category, Grant made a quick but memorable comment on Zellweger's win. "Well done, Jones. That was a very silly little dress, I thought." Zellweger later said she appreciated Grant's gesture, saying it was really cool. Hugh Grant has transformed into several villains throughout his acting career. In the latest Guy Ritchie movie, The Gentleman, Grant is having a ball portraying a greedy, blackmailing private eye. Don't forget about Grant's selfish narcissist characters in About a Boy and A Very English Scandal. In Paddington 2, he plays an actor-turned-master thief who goes against our favorite teddy bear. Grant even embodied a serial killer rapist and a cannibal in the epic sci-fi movie Cloud Atlas. To most, the versatile actor is that lovable, charming, witty, and vulnerable main character in some of the most iconic romantic movies. To his 5 kids, however, Grant is just a dad. Fatherhood is also a period in Grant's life where things start to get a little more complicated. He has 2 baby mamas, which is of course totally fine. His eldest daughter Tabitha was born in September of 2011. Her mom is Miss Hong, who reportedly worked as a receptionist at a London Chinese restaurant. Grant chose not to be present at the birth of his first child, since he wanted to protect the mother's privacy. By the way, Tabitha also has a Chinese name, which means happy surprise when translated into English.
We were all surprised. But it's the nicest thing that's ever happened to me. He said, sounding cliched, but I mean, that happens to be true.
Grant's publicist called the actor's relationship with Miss Hong a, quote, fleeting affair. However, Grant went on to have a second child with her. Their son was born in December 2012. A few months earlier, in September 2012, Grant welcomed a son with Swedish TV producer Anna Eberstein. That's right, babies number 2 and 3 are of the same age, but were born to different mothers. Grant chose to keep the birth of his and Anna's son a secret from the media, only revealing the truth about a year later. From here, the timeline becomes a more straightforward one. Hugh and Anna have had 2 more kids together, 3 in total, and married in May 2018.
It seemed like the right time. She's a great person, and the mother of 3 of my children. It was the right thing to do, and it feels good.
A very modern family situation, but it looks like Hugh has it all figured out.
And what's your relationship with their moms
Good.
these days?
Yes, good.
And judging by his interviews, fatherhood has been quite an eye-opening self-discovery journey for the actor. In his pre-dad interviews, Grant did say it would do him and his public image good if he became a family man. "I definitely keep my thoughts open to the idea of settling down and breeding," he said. It still didn't hit him when his first daughter was born. "I like my daughter very much. Has she changed my life? I'm not sure. Not massively, no," he told the Daily Telegraph at the time.
It's surprising that everyone was right all these years saying, Hugh, why don't you have some children? You know, it really changes your life. And you're thinking, oh, shut up.
Shortly, his views on being a parent started to change. Grant realized that having his kids is indeed a life-changing experience. There he was, talking in interviews about wearing his baby girl's nappy on his head for her amusement. Suddenly, you love someone more than yourself. It's unheard of in my case, and they love you, and it's all enchanting, Grant said in an interview with People TV. His 5 kids are his priority now, since the actor admitted he doesn't always have the time for new projects because he's so busy caring about his family.